Hey everyone, and welcome back to Catechism for Kids. It's me again, Joseph, your host and catechist. Have you ever wondered why the first Friday and first Saturday of every month are super special days for Catholics? Well, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to uncover the beautiful stories behind the First Friday and First Saturday devotions. We'll learn how these special practices help us show our love for the Sacred Heart of Jesus and the Immaculate Heart of Mary. It's like giving them a giant warm hug with our prayers. So what are these devotions all about? Think of them as a special appointment you make with Jesus and Mary each month. It's a time to say, I love you, and also, I'm sorry for all the times people forget about you or are unkind. These devotions are powerful. It's ways to bring peace to our own hearts and even to the whole world. It's amazing how a little bit of our time can fill their hearts and ours with so much love. Ready to find out how you can join in? Let's get started. First up, let's talk about the First Friday devotion, which is all for the heart of Jesus. A long, long time ago, Jesus appeared to a very holy nun in France named Saint Margaret Mary Alacoque. He showed her his heart burning with a huge, incredible love for every single person. But his heart was also very sad. Why? Because so many people forget about him, ignore his love, or are mean and ungrateful. Jesus told Saint Margaret Mary, "Behold this heart which meets with no other return from most Christians than sacrilege, contempt, indifference, and ingratitude. Even in the sacrament of my love," that means people were not treating the Eucharist, which is truly Jesus, with the love and respect it deserves. And what hurt him most was when this came from people who had dedicated their lives to him. So, Jesus asked for a special way to make up for all this hurt and forgetfulness. He made a wonderful promise for anyone who would comfort his Sacred Heart. He asked that for 9 months in a row, on the very first Friday of each month. We do 2 simple things: go to Mass and receive Holy Communion. The most important part is to do this with the intention of making reparation. That means making up for all the ways his heart is hurt by sin and indifference. What was the incredible promise he made? He called it the Great Promise. Jesus said, "I promise you in the unfathomable mercy of my heart that my omnipotent love will procure the grace of final penitence for all those who receive communion on 9 successive First Fridays of the month." Wow, let's break that down. He promises that if we do this, he will give us all the help, all the special graces we need at the very end of our lives to be ready to go to heaven. He promised that his divine heart would be our sure refuge in our last moments. That's not just a promise. It's a guarantee of his endless mercy and love, making sure we have the chance to be with him forever. Isn't that the most amazing gift? It's a beautiful way to stay close to Jesus and rest in the love of his Sacred Heart. Now, let's journey from Jesus' Sacred Heart to the Immaculate Heart of his mother, Mary. This brings us to the First Saturday devotion. This devotion comes from a more recent time, from the famous apparitions of Our Lady in Fatima, Portugal. Back in 1917, she appeared to 3 shepherd children, Lucia, Francisco, and Jacinta. During one of her visits, Mary showed the children her heart, but it wasn't a happy sight. Her heart was surrounded by sharp, painful thorns. She explained that these thorns were the blasphemies and ingratitude of people, the mean things people say and do against her and her son. Her heart was aching, and she asked for our help to console her and remove those thorns. Years later, Mary appeared again to Lucia, who was then a nun. She repeated her request and made a beautiful promise. She said, "Look, my daughter, at my heart, surrounded with thorns with which ungrateful men pierce me at every moment. You at least try to console me." So what did she ask us to do? 4 or 5 months in a row, on the first Saturday of each month, we are asked to do a few things to comfort her Immaculate Heart. First, go to confession. You can do this a few days before or after the first Saturday, as long as you're in a state of grace when you receive communion. Second, receive Holy Communion at Mass. Third, pray 5 decades of the Rosary. And fourth, spend 15 extra minutes keeping her company by thinking about the mysteries of the Rosary. You can do this in church, maybe in front of a statue of Mary, just quietly spending time with our Heavenly Mother. And the most important part, to do all of this with the intention of making reparation, of consoling her heart for all the ways it's been hurt. Now, you might be wondering why 5 Saturdays. Well, Jesus himself explained this to Sister Lucia. He said there are 5 main types of offenses and blasphemies committed against Mary's Immaculate Heart. These are insults against her Immaculate Conception, her perpetual virginity, Her role as the Mother of God and our spiritual mother, insults from those who teach children to be indifferent to her, and offenses against her holy images. Each Saturday is a way to make up for one of these hurts. And just like Jesus, Mary made a very special promise. She said she would assist at the hour of death with the graces necessary for salvation, for all those who complete the 5 first Saturdays. This means our Blessed Mother will be right there with us at the end of our lives, making sure we have all the help we need to get safely to heaven. What a comforting promise from our loving Mother. So you can see how these two devotions are like two sides of the same beautiful coin. The First Friday devotion focuses on making reparation to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. The First Saturday devotion is about making reparation to the Immaculate Heart of Mary. They are both powerful ways for us to stand in the gap, as people who pray and make sacrifices for sinners and for a world that has grown cold to God's love. It's like when you see a friend who is sad and you go over to give them a hug and tell them everything will be okay. And that's what we're doing for Jesus and Mary. We're telling them, I see your sadness, and I want to share my love with you. I want to help make things right. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Keeping up with something for 5 or 9 months in a row can be tricky. Life gets busy, and it's easy to forget. But think about the reward. A promise from Jesus and Mary themselves to be with us at the most important moment of our lives, guiding us home to heaven. Nothing in this world is more important than that. And you don't have to do it perfectly. The key is the love in your heart. If you try your best to complete these devotions, you are already filling their hearts with so much joy. You can even do it as a family. Imagine the good you can do together. Our Lady of Fatima told the children, pray much and make sacrifices for sinners. For many souls go to hell because there is no one to make sacrifices for them. Your prayers and your small acts of love have the power to change the world. By practicing the First Friday and First Saturday devotions, you're not just growing closer to Jesus and Mary. You're helping to save souls and bring God's peace and love into a world that needs it so much. You become a little instrument of God's mercy. So, let's make a resolution. Maybe we can start with one of them. Check your calendar for the next First Friday or First Saturday. Talk to your parents about going to Mass and making this beautiful offering of love. It's a simple, joyful way to live out our faith and make a huge difference, one prayer at a time. Thank you so much for joining me today to learn about these incredible gifts to the Church. When we give a little time each month to Jesus and Mary, we truly fill their hearts and our own with an ocean of love. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about our amazing Catholic faith, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. We'd love to have you back for our next episode of Catechism for Kids. God bless you all, and see you next time. Take care, everyone. Stay safe and healthy as usual.